Hi, I am Rachel, the Good Witch of the Northeast, and welcome to my channel. I am doing a collective reading today, so I'm not going to do any specifications. Normally I do read by zodiac or different symbols, but today we're going to have you use your own discernment to see if this message aligns with you or not. Tomorrow's the Aries new moon along with the solar eclipse. So I know for me personally, the energy has been really heavy. This Venus retrograde has been murky to work through. So wanted to do a little check-in to see what the energy is. And like I said, this message, if it aligns with you, I love that. If not, that's okay. Thanks for watching. Anyway, so let's jump in and see what is the energy behind, like, how can we best work with this energy? What can we expect from it? How do we move forward? How do we have to tuck and roll? Do we abandon the ship? Do we ground in the energy? What can we do to help ourselves best work with this? So okay, so the cards are, there's lots of swords and lots of earth energy. So pentacles can translate to earth energy. So material things, physical things, money, abundance, things like that. And then swords is all mental. So this is very interesting. A little bit, honestly, that is quite balanced. That is quite balanced. The first card out is the King of Pentacles with the up from the depths in reverse. So I would say that the energy coming in will be deceitful in the way of saying that it's probably going to feel heavier than what is actually true. I think our biggest, yep, our biggest challenge during this will be remaining grounded in our own truth, remaining grounded in our own experience, not allowing ourselves to get swept up by other people's triggers. Because I think that this Venus retrograde is absolutely demolishing people right now. And so don't allow yourself to get swept up in it if it doesn't affect you directly. I think there will be some issue with maybe setting some energetic boundaries, but it will work out. Like things, it will, whatever you set out to accomplish. So with this new moon, if you do choose to manifest on it, I know some people are like, don't manifest or an eclipse. I don't know. I don't know. But if you do choose to manifest on it, manifest things. And once you set the intention, know that it's going to work out. So even if it's just, I'm going to have a successful month. I will not destroy anybody. I will be healthy with myself. I will keep my promises to myself. I would focus on that. Small wins that you can accomplish that will definitely benefit you. Next, moving into the world, which is a Shetland sheepdog. I'm using the Animal Guides Tarot and the Energy and Spirit Oracle for my clarifiers. The world is a Shetland sheepdog. So cute. Success. Congratulations are in order. Incorporating the lessons that life has thrown at you. And as an ancestral worker, when the family tree comes out, this means that you are healing family traumas. You're probably healing family attachment wounds. You're probably healing. And if you're not actively healing them, you're being aware of them. And that's the first part to healing, my friend, is identifying the issue. And maybe that's what's happening. But I do think for some of you, actually, there will be pregnancy. I can tell you that right now. There will be actual pregnancy. Some of it will be pregnancy in the form of something, birthing something new. Maybe you're starting a garden because it is spring here in New England. But for some of you, it's an actual baby. Some of you, puppies, bunnies, kittens. If you do choose to rescue an animal, make sure you are ready to handle the animal. Don't fix an external problem by bringing a new life into the world. Oh, I wonder if that's something that your ancestors used to do. That's what some of my ancestors used to do. They're like, oh, this is hard. Let me have a baby. Anyways, so don't do that. Don't do that. I will say that the Five of Pentacles, Five of Swords, and what's this one? Five of Cups. So 555. All does lead to positive change. I want you to incorporate the word positive as much as you can over this next like lunar cycle. It's, and I don't mean toxic positivity, but more along the lines of like subconscious reprogramming surrounding letting go of negative thoughts, letting go of negative programming, thing like that. I think will be, maybe that's some of your ancestral trauma. Maybe that's some of your ancestral wound is you come from negative people. For a lot of it seems like it's valid, like my family, they were over in Ireland during the famine. So like there is a real like struggle with security in like the root chakra in my lineage. Tracks. Doesn't mean it have to affect me though. You know what I'm saying? So like acknowledging the problem, learning to work with it. The Five of Earth, and this one's a manatee. How cute. Focusing on the negative. Do not worry about like, it's a privilege to sit here and say, don't worry about money. Okay, I don't mean that. try not to allow yourself to get worried about the end game. Really, if things are overwhelming to you right now, piecemeal it. Go minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day. You don't have to worry about, what the end of the lunar cycle is going to bring you, what the hardships are going to be. You can't worry about that. 654, as I said that. So do not worry about what the hardships are going to be. I want you to focus on the positivity, like the fact that you wake up every day, if you have physical health, if you're able to move your body, if you're able to have access to fresh water, because like in certain parts of our country in America, that's still not a fucking thing. Like, do you have, like, there's abundance looks different to our ancestors because abundance looks different to us as well. So focus on where you are abundant. Do you have a lot of blessings? Do you have a big heart? Do you have a lot of love? Yeah, there might be people around you that take advantage of you, but do you have a big heart? That's a flex. Sensitivity is a fucking flex. Anyways, hope, optimism, new beginning. So we're really hitting home on like believing in things that will work out. And usually I'm not gonna lie to you, when we hit a reading with this kind of hot and heavy of like, don't focus on the negative, work on the positive, it does typically mean that there will be some triggers. But that's a life, man. But when we focus only on one side of life, of things only being hard or everything never works out for me, when you focus on just that cup, what happens to this cup? Nothing. It never gets filled. But if you're like, yeah, things are hard right now, but I also have XYZ in my hand. I also have these people around me. I also have my cat. Like, there are so many things that gratitude lists are so they're overspoken about but underutilized, because people are like, yeah, I'm grateful for these blessings. Break it down smaller. I'm grateful for being able to choose the clothes I want to wear. I'm grateful to have access to a bank account that's mine. Things like that. A lot about empowerment. And Archangel Phanuel was the clarifier on that one. 5 of Swords. This is like intense energy. It's good though. I feel like we're doing just fine. 5 of Swords with Archangel Sadiqiel on top of it. So being very compassionate with self when there's frustration. Wow, they really are just kind of hitting home. Being compassionate with self when it comes to having to realign. Do you force yourself to stick with a path just because you said you would? Even when it doesn't fit you, even when it doesn't serve you? Maybe some of your ancestors have, I do see military experience. So maybe some of your ancestors were drafted into the military and had to do things they didn't really believe in. But then that kind of shaped their core values, even though it didn't align with who they are. And then 2-3 generations later, you're born. I hope this is making sense. I'm not going to delete it. I will post it. I have to say that to myself, because otherwise I would be like, this doesn't make sense, and I'll delete it. So 8 of Swords. So we're going from the 5 of Swords into the 8 of Swords with your eternal spirit. There's a lot of frustration right now, because I think you do feel stuck. I think that there probably is a lot of very valid reasons for you to feel this way. I'm not going to sit here and say you shouldn't feel that way. Like, eggs are $8 a carton right now. Everything's really hard. The world's on fire. And yeah, war plans get texted over group chat with emojis when there's actual human lives at stake. But that all is valid. That's all valid. But there's something about the resilience of spirit, something about the resilience of source, something about the resilience of love, of collective community, of collective joy. I love going to my daughter's gymnastics because like all of the parents cheer for everybody's kids. I love collective joy. So if you feel like you're having a hard time finding joy, look to the people that celebrate themselves. Look to the people that encourage goodness. Look to the people that do good things for others. Like, follow those people that don't toot their own horns, but are good people. Like, watch what they do, because that is going to do something inside of you. It'll either inspire you to be that way. It'll inspire you to recognize where you already have that in your life, or that you already are that person. It's a lot about reframing. So there, perhaps going into this energy, there's this energy of like, fuck, I can't take anymore. Things are too hard. I can't do this. You don't have to keep going down the path that isn't aligning to you. But I do think that what the solar eclipse is a kind of exposing is, where do you want to go? If this doesn't fit you, that's fine. But where do you want to be? Who do you want to be? How do you want to be? And like looking at yourself through a third party perspective of like, you have a lot of love. That's a beautiful thing. Knight of Pentacles, along with mindfulness on top of it. So probably developing a mindful practice will be very beneficial. You're moving into a period where it's going to take structure. It's going to take a plan. It's going to take, these small goals checked off. Yeah, setting yourself up for future success. So even if like, doing a chore at night that you would usually do in the morning, it's taking care of yourself now so the future will be easier. Paving the road so the next time you drive down it, you don't pop a tire. That's a good one. So developing a mindfulness practice. You don't have to sit and traditionally meditate, because I have so many people that sit in front of me like, I don't want to meditate. Bro, I got undiagnosed ADHD. Meditating's hard in the beginning. But you know what's hard in the beginning? Learning something new all the time, even if we're not good at it. Like I don't have a natural talent for a lot of things. And so I used to give up on a lot of things because I was like, this is hard. I'm not meant to do it. Nope, that's not true. Yes, it's hard, but it doesn't mean it's shut off to you. So my thing with mindfulness is you don't have to sit and meditate, but you do have to do something. So maybe it's drawing, maybe it's automatic journaling, maybe drawing. And wow, what's their accent had? Maybe it's coloring, maybe it's doing the dishes, maybe it's taking a mindful walk, maybe it's, I don't know. There's so many things for mindfulness. Maybe it's listening to affirmations. There's so many ways to do it. I think we're at the point of healing and we're at the point of the world where I can't heal is no longer an option because there's so many modalities to heal. And so maybe just like allowing yourself to experience different things. I don't think you are the person watching this. I don't think you're obsessious to healing. I don't think that at all. I do think you have people around you that are very like, I'm set in my ways. Well, that's a privilege to be set in your ways. It's a privilege to not be forced to confront things, to hold multiple space, to, change truths, to not have your brain work like that. That's a privilege. Might not align with you though. 5 of Cups, which is a dragonfly on a sunflower on this. And I love this one. It's so beautiful. The card reads, focus on the fact that Source loves you and always has the highest intentions for you. A positive outlook will make it easier to recover from life's little difficulties. And then we have confusion in reverse, which can represent, honestly, like a clearer path. Maybe you should, I know we've talked about this before about writing, looking at your life from a third party perspective, but I think you should probably look at your life from the lens of what would a childhood version of you think of your life now? Like a 7-year-old version of Rachel would be obsessed with the fact that I'm a psychic, I'm a witch, I'm a healer, that people listen to me, that people find me, that first of all, that people even notice me. Wild. So I think that might be something helpful. Like what would a childhood version of you think? Like what would they think of your morals? What would they think of your integrity? Like I'm always the one to kind of confront behavior for adults. And it's hard to be that person. Someone who was always like yelling and things like that. But at the same point, 7-year-old Rachel watched a lot of people get abused. And I just wanted someone to come in and say something about it. And that's what I do now. So yeah. 2 of Swords and the Ace of Swords. Okay. So whatever cycle we're in is closing. Like I'm going to take this as confirmation that things are starting to dial down. So probably over this next, like probably Aries season will be challenging with triggers. Absolutely. It's their air. Have you met an Aries? I'm a Leo. I love Aries. It's probably one of my favorite signs other than Aquarius. I love all the signs, to be honest with you, but an Aries is all about burn it down, boundaries, fresh beginnings. And if you fuck around, you find out. And so maybe this is the season of fuck around and find out, but you can get on the platform of like confidence in the fact that if someone fucks around, they will find out, It's not hard to stand on business when shit is burning down around you. So maybe leaning into that energy. I really hope this is making sense. 2 of Swords, which is a little Dachshund. Oh shit. Okay. So in this card, in this deck, it literally translates to being confused because of other people's perspective. So maybe like you're living through a lens of your ancestors. Maybe you were conditioned by people growing up. Maybe you're conditioned by other people now. But regardless, the reason you're out of alignment is because someone is forcing you into a pigeonhole that you shouldn't fucking be in. Fuck that shit. And then we have Ascended Masters with devoted spirits with specific intentions on top of it. So that really what this translates to is listen to yourself, go inside more, book a spiritual reading, meet with a psychic, meet with a healer. If you're a reader yourself, commune with other readers. Like there is leaning on source, on God, on spirit, whatever you want to fucking call them, the ancestors, whatever you want to call them, lean on that, not humans. Because especially if they're humans that don't align with you, why listen to them? Trust me, I did that for years. Like 30 years. But my life got a lot better the second I started acknowledging what I wanted, who I wanted to be, who I am, and how I'm different. So I can tell you from experience that helps. Finally, we have Panda, a panda bear, with moving on, freedom, letting go on top of it. Implementation of a brilliant new idea that may get off to a rocky start, but keep going. So even if things don't work out right away, even if things are difficult right away, don't give up. Just keep sticking with it because like with everything else, with ease will come with time. Ease will come with practice. I don't like the saying practice makes perfect because I have a 6-year-old. So I'm pretty conscious about like what I say to her and what information she receives. Like, obviously, I'm a fucking human and shit is not perfect all the time. But I don't like the sentence "practice makes perfect" because it puts this, like, for me personally, if I can't make things easy, then it's not perfect, then I'm not going to do it. So don't, with practice will come ease. That's a really good way to put it. All right, let's do a final check-in. And I'm posting this. I'm not deleting it. I might not watch it back, but I'm posting it. I'm going to keep a promise to myself. Achievement, completion, reward, sensitivity and strength, tapping the forces within, and balance, centered energy, and self-care. And family tree, expansion, legacy. So I also think you come from very sensitive people. Sensitivity is a flex. Sensitivity is a superpower. That's most of the people when they sit in front of me, they're like, my kid's so sensitive. I'm like, I bet your kid's an empath. Meaning, I bet your kid is like us, sensitive to the world, sensitive to the energies. I have faith. I have trust in all of us. We're still here. We're still fighting. There's so much beauty around me, and there's beauty around you too. So just make sure that's what you focus on. We don't have to fight all the time. It's okay to just be and allow things to wash over us, and we don't have to drown in other people's waters, but we can allow the water to cleanse us of shit that doesn't serve us. So I love you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend and a wonderful Aries season. I will see you soon, I hope. Love you. Bye.